Toasted KitKat is a weird person, no doubt. His obsession with Spamton, his whole seal love came out of nowhere. What if I told you he isn't a person? No, viewer, he is far from what he says he is. Let's start with his bio. Not his current one, or his older one, his original one. He mentions he likes cells from science. Any normal person would brush that off, but I haven't taken my pills in weeks, and the 4 months of being forced to listen to game theory are giving me a red flag. Now, cells are quite specific. Come to think about it, we know nothing about his appearance. Rin, who shared next to nothing, at least sent me details about her appearance, such as her hair being black. For Toasted, it's nothing. Oh, he's just being shy. You naive viewer. You naive child, how am I supposed to tell you this? I actually lied. He accidentally did reveal his hand 2 times, both completely different skin tones. Now, I swear I had these pictures, but it appears they have gone missing. Now, I could have just misplaced it, or it could be something else. Fortunately for Toasted, I've actually found an image, both of the images, not from where I saved them, but directly from our DMs. So here are those 2. If you look carefully, their skin tones are different. They were completely. Something tells me this isn't just a tan because of his lack of going outside. Because he's Toasted, why would he go outside? No, viewer, these are fake hands, purposely put in to hide his identity. It occurred to me, he actually said, "I'm actually a seal, guys," in one message and announcements, I believe. That's it then, right? Just a seal who likes science. Wrong! That is just another thing he planted to trick you, and you fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Starry, Spamton and Toasted's daughter, status read, "Toasted, please don't hurt me." What's with that? Why would he hurt Starry? Because she knows the truth. Let's look at a peculiar comment he left in a joke video, under a joke video, where I made it like insanity.exe theme. "What is this?" he wrote. That could be interpreted as confusion, but it's not. It's annoyance. Why would he get so annoyed at this specific video? It's because I triggered something in him. He believed I knew the truth. Toasted is Sonic EXE. Ever since that comment, Toasted has spoken to me less. Think about it. If Sonic EXE wanted to take over the world, he would need to learn more about us, observe us, and learn how we tick. Hence his love for science. Why isn't he talking to me that often? It's because he wants to distance me to make sure I think about him less. Because he knows that I figured out. I sent him several messages saying, "I know who you are," which is probably not probably a stupid idea, but he's talking to me less because I know the truth. Now, for his whole being freaky for Spamton thing might break the theory. Why would Sonic EXE be freaky with a human? Well, I have a question. Have you ever seen the freaky Sonic gif? Yeah, you're wrong. Sonic EXE is very capable of being freaky, which is... Your point is debunked. I know you were all thinking about that, so you're welcome, I debunked it for you. Now, this explains why he likes Sonic Rewrite. His old alleged username, according to him, was white paint. It felt too on the nose. He sees something random and decided to name himself after that, because he couldn't just go out and say, "I'm Sonic EXE" or something, because that would be obvious. It's too obvious, my dear viewer. And also, why would a normal person have a blackmail list on his notes app? He has it for one purpose and one reason only. When he's fully studied us, he will use everyone on that list's information to blackmail them into his evil EXE army. Why? Because he finds us worthy. Now, why I'm on that list, that's a good question. I don't think I'm that worthy. But hey, props to you, Toasted, for allowing me into your evil EXE army. So that's it, right? He's just Sonic EXE, studying us, waiting for the right moment to strike. What if I told you I knew Toasted's backstory? Most of this is speculatory because he doesn't tell me much about himself, or anyone. I mean, like, maybe Spamton knows about him more. I could probably interview Spamton. No, it's probably too late for that. Who knows if maybe Spamton knows about this whole time and he's waiting, and if I ask him, maybe he'll bump me off. Maybe Toasted's just waiting to see who knows too much. And, well, at this point, I'm one of those people. So, probably not going to survive after this comes out, so yeah. So, Sonic EXE knew he couldn't keep killing 1 or 2 humans every few days via his haunted video game. I mean, like, it's not every day you just see a haunted video game in your mail, old Sonic thing, and you're just like, yeah, let's put that in and play through the beginning, because let's be frank, the person in the original Sonic EXE creepypasta was a fucking dumbass. To actually go along with it. So he needed more. He decided to get a disguise, Michael Afton style, killing victims and wearing them as skin suits. That's why the tone is different. He didn't go outside. He didn't get a tan. He's wearing skin suits of his victims. He's blending in society more and more. He's using these skin suits to observe us. And when the skin starts to rot like Michael Afton, he couldn't just wear it, the rotten skin. No. It smells worse than me after no showering. Which I shower. Oh, fuck, I probably should cut that out. Anyway, he once told me in DMs, the few things I know about Toasted. He told me a few things about his, like, home life and shit. But the most interesting thing was, he once told me about a creepy neighbor watching him. Now, if you take into perspective all the things I've said, was that neighbor really creepily watching him? Or is Toasted lying to make it seem like he's the one that's, I'm the victim? No, the neighbor was keeping a watch out for the neighborhood. The neighbor watched one of his killings. The neighbor couldn't just immediately approach it to law enforcement, because that would be insane. How would law enforcement do that? He knew he had to observe him to make sure that he didn't get too close and bump off another neighbor, but it was too late. Toasted hasn't said much about that neighbor ever since, which leads me to believe that neighbor has been dealt with. And actually, he did say something. I lied. He said that neighbor went to jail. Sounds like a pretty convenient plot device to say, I killed him, instead of he went to jail, you know? That sounds like you're lying, Toasted. Very much lying. But Toasted has one single weakness, dear viewer. If when the day comes that Toasted is knocking at your door, the Toasted Mageddon is starting, and you need to defend yourself, and you deny you're denied to be in his evil EXE army, that is, even if he deems you worthy. He has one weakness. There is only one way to diminish his power. He is impervious to all physical attacks, ranged attacks, any type of attack, but there is one way to damage him. I don't know how, a few simple words that started as a joke, but the quote, "Toasted KitKat is a bitch." This single sentence weakens his power. Why would he get so pissed off over an obvious joke, dear viewer? Why would he do that? It's just a simple joke. Why would that joke be so deep in his opinion? It's simple. It weakens him. So now that you know the truth, who Toasted really is, an EXE creature, monster, pretending to be us, observing our behavior. But then, it's not long before he strikes. But hey, that's just a theory, an insanity theory. I'm probably gonna die after Toasted sees this.